So today our next topic we are having, that is basically the cellular respiration. So in cellular respiration we are having two types, aerobic and anaerobic. If we talk about the aerobic, so which means there is a presence of oxygen. If we talk about the anaerobic, which means the absence of oxygen. But today we are discussing about the mechanism of anaerobic respiration. Okay, so as you guys all know that we have discussed the glycolysis. After that we will be discussing the Krebs cycle, link reaction, electron transportation chain. They will be all coming into the aerobic, but today we are discussing about the anaerobic. So if we talk about the anaerobic, so we are, what does it mean? Anaerobic means this is a basically cycle, which means the glucose, which is 6 carbon molecule, will break down into the, this molecule will break basically. Okay, but in the absence of oxygen, this is called the process that is called the fermentation. So there are two pathway of anaerobic respiration. Okay, for number one we are having, that is the alcoholic alcohol fermentation, and second we are having lactic fermentation. So first we will discuss about the alcohol fermentation. This is also called the ethanol fermentation. Okay, what does it mean? It means there is a final product which is ethanol will be produced. So if we talk about the cycle, so here we are having glucose. So glucose is basically the 6 carbon molecule that will break into the, as you guys all know, in the glycolysis we were having a, this was break into the 2 pyruvic acid. Okay, here you can say that the 2 ATP what was produced, but 2 was net and 2 ATP was produced. Okay, as well as here the 2 ATP was used, as well as the 2 NADH was used, as you guys all know, in the glycolysis. This is about the glycolysis. We have discussed in more detail in the glycolysis. So you guys will be, you guys is like familiar with that what I am talking about. Okay, so the 2 pyruvic acid will be molecule will be formed, 3 carbon 3 carbon 6 carbon will be, glucose will break down to the 2 pyruvic acid, which mean 2 molecule of pyruvic acid, one contains 3 carbon, so 3 plus 3 is equal to 6. Okay, so glucose will break into the this. After that, this pyruvic acid will convert into the acetyl aldehyde. What does it mean? So by conversion of 2 pyruvic acid, so here the enzyme will be used, that will be the pyruvic decarboxylase, which means here the carbon dioxide will be released. Okay, so in this, when the this will convert in the acetaldehyde, so here the 2 carbon dioxide molecule will be released too. Okay, after that we are having this acetaldehyde. Okay, after that we are having acetaldehyde. So we are having the acetaldehyde. So we are having that, this one we are having the acetaldehyde. After that, as you guys all know that, as after that acetaldehyde is basically the 2 carbon molecule, and here the 2 acetaldehyde will be formed. Okay, so this acetaldehyde will be 2 molecules will be formed. After that it will form a ethanol from acetaldehyde. Basically here the 2 NADH will used, and this hydrogen will be like move into the ethanol. Okay, so here the reduction will be occur because the ethanol have gained the hydrogen, 2 hydrogen. So only the 2 NAD plus will be remain, hydrogen will be moved to the ethanol, which means that in 2 NADH the oxidation is occurred because they are given, they has given the hydrogen. That procedure is called oxidation, and it has gained the hydrogen, which means it is the reduction. So here after 2 acetaldehyde we are having 2 ethanol formation. So if we talk about the you can say that the equation, so here you can see the glucose is used, with that 2 ATP, 2 NADH will use. After that it is produced by the pyruvic acid form. From pyruvic acid we are having acetaldehyde. Okay, after that we are having the alcohol, and here is the NADH which has converted into the NAD plus. Okay, so we can write here 2 pyruvic acid plus plus 2 NADH is used, and the formation if we talk about, so we are having the 2 carbon dioxide molecule and 2 ethanol, as you guys all know, with the help of the 2 NAD plus. So this whole cycle I have written in the statement, you guys have to understand now. Okay, the last we are having, that is lactic fermentation. Here you can see the final product, we are having the alcohol or ethanol, 2 molecule. Okay, lactic acid fermentation. So if we talk about this alcohol fermentation, this basically occur in the mostly in the yeast. Okay, and it's a type of the anaerobic respiration. And if we talk about lactic fermentation, this is basically occur in the anaerobic bacteria as well as the muscles of mammals. If we talk about human beings, after exercise, in our muscles the lactic acid is formed just because of in the absence of the oxygen. Okay, so this is that one cycle. So lactic acid fermentation, here also the glucose is basically break into the pyruvic acid, 2 pyruvic acid, 2 pyruvic acid. Okay, after that it is break into the lactate, which is lactic acid or lactate, you can say that, with the help of an enzyme, that is enzyme dehydrogenase, which means that here the 2 NADH will use, 2 NADH will be used, and here the hydrogen will be gained by the lactate. Okay, so this is basically the enzyme which help the for the removal of the hydrogen. So the lactate is formed, 2 molecule of lactate is formed. So with this is lactate is basically 3 carbon molecule. Okay, so 3 plus 3 is equal to 6 carbon molecule lactate is formed. Here the alcohol is basically 2 carbon, so we are having 2 molecule of alcohol, so here the 4 carbon molecule is formed. Okay, so here the lactate. So this was about the lactic acid. If we talk about the statement, so we are having, that is basically the 2 pyruvic acid, 2 pyruvic acid, and as you guys all know, here the 2 NADH is used in the glycolysis cycle. And if they talk about the product, so we are having 2 lactate as well as 2 NADH, because 1 hydrogen, 2 hydrogen is used, so we are having this, just only this, so we can write here 2 lactate plus N 2 NAD plus is formed. So this is the product. Okay, and here too, this was the product, 2 carbon dioxide molecule and 2 ethanol. So this was about the mechanism of anaerobic respiration. In the next video we will discuss about the link reaction.